hugely enthusiastic about getting this guitar. I got lucky. I mean, I had no inside information. I had no idea this was coming out. We're going to do a review as soon as I stop talking. Now this one here, slightly wonky, or on the as they say here. This is getting messy, isn't it? It's not really having it, is it? It's not singing. I thought it was a bit meh, you know? I'm on the fence about this. Hello, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So they've done it again. Epiphone have done something good again for the second time in fairly quick succession. I'm referring, of course, to this new Joe Bonamassa signature, which is a model that I've been gassing for ages. The 55, 56 setup, Les Paul, P90s. And of course, the other one was the Youngblood SG Junior, which we reviewed not so long ago. Both dropped with a price tag that I was okay with, i.e. not stupid money, you know, like well south of £1,000. This one here, of course, I paid 799 English pounds for, which, you know, in today's day and today's market, is pretty damn reasonable for a signature. And I don't know how I managed to get it to me. I got lucky. I mean, I had no inside information. I had no idea this was coming out. I've been saying, you know, publicly for ages, come on Epiphone, when are you going to release a 56 Les Paul, i.e. P90 Les Paul? We all want one. We do, don't we? And we want it to be affordable, not stupid money. So then, of course, about a week ago, I saw, I think it was an Instagram post announcing this. And I'm like, hello. And I scoffed. And I thought, oh, it's going to be stupid, silly, stupid money, isn't it? It's a Joe Bonamassa signature. Last one was 1,500 quid. So I scoffed. But then I saw Joe himself had put a comment on this post, wherever it was, saying, calm down, kids. It's less than 900 bucks. So I think at that point, a little bit of wee escaped, and I rushed to my computer and to see if anyone was offering them here in the UK. And I think everyone at that point already had them on pre-order. So I chose randomly, really. I don't know if there's any thought process behind it, but I chose Guitar for my deposit. I guess maybe I thought there was twice as much chance. Yeah, it's a terrible joke. I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I gave them my £79.90 deposit last Tuesday and thought, well, we'll see what happens. Lo and behold, 2 days later, on Thursday, I get an email saying, they're in stock. If you'd like to pay the balance. Yeah, okay. So I did. And I sent them a message and said, if I pay extra, can you deliver on Saturday? So I wanted to get it reviewed this week. I got a reply from Josh at Guitar, cheers mate, saying, well, we could do that, or we're about to ship it now, so you'll have it tomorrow if you want. Yeah, we'll do that. So here it is. And I've been playing it ever since. Spoiler alert, I like it. I do like it. We're going to go into detail now because we're going to do a review as soon as I stop talking. Deep dive review, all the weights and measures. We're going to take it apart. We're going to poke it around. And then we're going to put it back together and we're going to play it. And then no doubt I'll come back and do some more talking. So buckle up. It's going to be a journey. Timestamps are in the description box. Don't forget. So if you're in a hurry or if there's something specific you want to check out, neck profile or whatever, it's all there in the description box. got a little bit of time on your hands, you know the score. Go and put the kettle on, get yourself a nice beverage of your choice, some nibbles, and come back and, yeah, let's do it. Let's get stuck in and see what this thing's like. So, yeah, the colour, copper iridescent. Iridescent means a colour that is sort of changes depending on the angle you look at it. I'm not sure this is very iridescent, to be honest with you. It's kind of copper and it's got a sparkle to it. In certain lights, it will just look more black, really, than brown, or a very dark brown colour. These cameras will see it however they choose to. I had a quick look and I think you can see the copperness on it. But it's good, you know, don't get the impression it's like one of them 3D car paint jobs you see where it's, you know, blue in one and brown in another. It's not as iridescent as that. It's definitely copper, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, it's based on, you know, Joe's 55 55s, yeah, because he's got two, hasn't he? And apparently there's three in existence, two from 55 and one from 1972, I think it was. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I've been after this rig. I call this rig 2 soap bar P90s, stop bar tailpiece, and a ABR1 Tune-O-Matic. That's the rig. That's known as a 56 really, because there's a fairly clear evolution of Les Paul rigs from 52, which was this, 54, which was this, 56, which was this, although obviously it was introduced in late 55, and 57, which was this. Changed. They were experimenting, weren't they? They were trying to get it right. And then, of course, 58, 59, 60, they changed to the sunbursts and then stopped making them for a decade because they thought that nobody wanted them. So we love them now, don't we? We love them, all of them. We love all of them. Yeah, any of them, really. And that's, you know, I'm not really a Les Paul lover, but I still love them for some stupid reason. I don't know. But they're cool things, aren't they? I'm excited. I'm delighted and excited in equal measure. So should we look at it? Yeah, let's do some specs. Stop talking, Cole. Right, so it's got a mahogany body. It's a Les Paul. It's got this copper iridescent finish, polyurethane finish, and it's got a nice light cherry back. It really is a nice colour. I really do dig that colour. It's a two-piece body, as you can see. You can see a seam going through there. And of course, it's got a maple cap. Nice heel, nice kind of, you know, 59-ish sort of heel there. And it's a weight. Let's see what that weight is. Let's weigh it. So I'm guessing the wrong side of 9. Let's see. Oh, only just £9, 1 ounce. It's not bad. And that's 4.13 kilos. The strings are off, so now we can have a closer look. The neck, let's start with the neck. They call it a 59 rounded C. It feels really nice. Let's have a look at the neck profile and measurements on the screen now. Okay, here's the neck profile and measurements at the first fret. I did this 3 times to be sure. It looks a little bit asymmetrical to me. And here's the neck profile and measurements at the 12th fret. It looks asymmetrical there too. So yeah, really comfortable neck. Bit, you know, it's got a poly finish, so it's got that sort of Gibson-like stickiness to it. Now, I don't think it's a one-piece neck. You can see the heel join there. And I think I can see a very, very neat scarf joint. It's not obvious at all. Here's some close-ups. I don't know. Can you tell? I don't know. but I'm pretty sure that's a scarf joint, and they don't specify one-piece neck. So I reckon it probably is, but very neat, and obviously keeps the cost down, doesn't it? Which is really, I think it's really, it's important. A lot of people tell you that that's better and stronger than if it was a one-piece. They do say it's got a long neck tenon, so in a while when we'll pop the pickups up and we'll have a look at that. Before we do that, yeah, it's got a laurel fingerboard. I mean, it looks all right. Well, a lot of people feel very strongly about that, but it's what it is. And again, it keeps the cost down. Standard Gibson scale length, 24 3/4 inches. It's got a 12-inch radius. The frets, spit it out, Cole. The frets, now they say they're medium jumbo. Have a look at that. I reckon, well, I would call them narrow. Narrow tool is what I would call those. They're not as jumbo as many medium jumbo frets that I've got on guitars all over the place, and I know because I sort of compare them side by side. Not what I'd call medium jumbo. Feel good though. Great fret job. No danger. No sharp edges. No fretting out. Played impeccably out the box. I think I lowered the action a tad on the bass side, but you know, apart from that, it's got a Graphtec nut, always good, always do the job, well cut. It's got a Kalamazoo headstock. I'm sorry, but that's a good thing for me. I'm not interested in having a Gibson open book headstock on an Epiphone. I'm just not interested in that, and I'm certainly not interested in paying the upcharge for that. Nice Epiphone Deluxe Clusen style tuners, nice vintagey buttons, and pressing bushings, keeping the vintage vibe going there. Yeah, I don't know. You know, this again, this Indian Laurel versus Rosewood. Yeah, I mean, Rosewood looks more attractive. Does it actually feel any different? People claim it does, but I mean, I don't think I could tell the difference. So Epiphone P90 Pro pickups, again, you know, not the Gibson option, keeps the cost down. Let's take the pickup readings. Brown knobs, or copper iridescent knobs they call them, which is a really nice touch. I will say that that one, look, you can see me turning that, I think, on that camera. Slightly wonky, or on the piercers, they say here. Now this one here, oh, even slightly more. Now, oh, it looks quite bad on the flat there. Now, the problem is, that was worse. Oh, it's actually a bit loose. Now, it's a shame because you've got to be really careful, like manhandling these, because if you break it anymore, it's broken basically. And being this colour, I doubt if they're very easy to replace. So I've chosen to leave that slightly on the piss. And it's a shame. I mean, I don't know if it happened at the factory or in shipping. I suspect it was just rammed on in the factory and came like that. So that's a minus. Bit more care and attention to your knobs. That's what they need to do. Anyway, looking at the pickup readings, Epiphone P90 Pro, bridge, 7.63 kilo ohms, and that's got a reading of 6.28 Henrys, inductance reading, should I say. The neck, 7.68K, and the inductance is 6.28 Henrys. So that's interesting. 7.68. Well, pretty close, aren't they? It'll be interesting to see what they sound like cranked up. So there you go. That's the switch, by the way. That's an Epiphone three-way switch. It's got CTS potentiometers and Mallory capacitors. We'll have a look in the control cavity in a minute. It's got a vintage style scratch plate. What do they call it? A 59 guard. Again, there's a lot of 59ness going on. 59 guard with no bevel. And actually, it's got a pretty rough hewn edge on that, I must say. Again, I'll do a close-up of that. Okay, let's have a look underneath the pickups. Let's see how these are fixated. Screws, so they go direct into wood, I'm saying. Oops, there you go, cover comes off. Right, here you go, slightly better light this. I'm reverting to the torch again this week. So hopefully you can see in there, you've got the springs and, yeah, we can take those out, and foam method. I bet that foam's stuck though. So I'm going to peel that back so you can see the neck tenon. There you go. Oh, can you even see it now? God, it's little. It's quite little. I'm going to pull this up now. Right, here you go. It is smaller than normal, isn't it? Is it? Anyway, that's what it looks like. All right, let's pop that back. Which way did it go? It went that way. Here you go. There's really nothing to see in there. I'm not going to move that foam today because it's quite a destructive process. But you know, it's nice and tidy. You can see the maple cap. It's just a nice substantial cap. And P90 Pro. I can't remember what all the gobbledygook means. Coaxial cable. There you go. Now, what I noticed about this particular pickup, the bridge pickup, is where it was seated before I took the strings off. It was sitting at an angle that way, I think it was, and it appears to be because of the cable. It's kind of snagging on the cable. Wonder what there's no channels. There's not much we can do about that, but what I thought I might be able to do is just add a little bit of foam on this side just to help it, give it a lift. So that's what I'm going to try. Just a bit of pickup foam, which I'm going to cram in there. I think that will help. Do you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the bloody springs in, did I? Twat. I've got a better plan. I'm going to try and pull the cable into the control cavity. Let's have a look in there. This is getting messy, isn't it? That's the one. Why not? There's no reason not to do that, is there? Right. See, it just gives us a... I think that's better. I think that's better. I think that will fix the problem. Because it was snagging on that cable. Genius. We'll see. Okay. Oh, I've made a mess of that. Well, it's wax. It's wax off the cable. I might have... I thought I'd scratched it. the beauty of poly. It doesn't scratch quite so easily. If this has been nitrocellulose, it would have been game over. Right. So yeah, here you go. Yeah, I've just pulled that cable out. CTS pots. You can see them. 500K, incidentally. 500K pots. Mallory, this yellow thing's a Mallory capacitor. 2 Mallory capacitors. 50s wiring. So you're going from the outside lug on the tone to the center lug on the volume controls. And we'll muck around with that in a bit, and hopefully you can see what that does. And then the push connectors for the pickups, as all Epiphone inspired by Gibsons are. There you go. I won't bother looking in the switch there. We'll put this back on. We'll put some strings on and tune it up and see what it sounds like. See you in a minute. Okay, here we are. New set of strings, Ernie Ball regular slinkies. This is what it sounds like unplugged. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Okay, same rig as always, Princeton 65 on the board today. Same as last week. I've got a Soul Food, I've got the Nobel's ODR1, and I've got a Rat. I don't know what I'll use yet, if any, but if I do use any, I'll show you. There you go. So you'll be able to see. So, you know, what I'll do is I'll muck around a little bit. First off, we'll talk through each pickup setting, and then we'll play something, stick a loop down, fiddle around, play with the knobs, and see what it sounds like. So, you know, if you pay attention, you should hopefully be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, let's have a go. This is what it sounds like plugged in. Fully cranked. And that was the bridge. So that's just with the guitar fully dimed into the amp. You know, the amp's sort of on the edge of breakup, and I leave it in the same setting every week, so you can sort of tell, well, if you follow the channel, you can tell from week to week how guitar's pushing it, you know, how the pickups are pushing it. But of course we can add a bit of sizzle. And of course it cleans up. It sounds nice without any pedals at all, doesn't it? ODR1. More of that coming up in a minute after I've done this yucky bit. So I've just had a listen back to all of that playing, and I'm on the fence a little bit now, to be honest with you, after having done all that, spent a little bit more time with it, plugged in properly, you know, in the studio and listening to it back and the playing. And yeah, I'm a little bit on the fence. I'm not at all happy with my playing this week and what I managed to present to you. I'm not saying I blame the guitar, but I do sometimes wonder how much that contributes to it, you know, bringing out the song in me, as it were. And it didn't happen this week. I mean, so you might say, oh, that was all right. Well, some of you might say it was all right. There's a small percentage of, I probably played for about an hour when I demo a guitar. I pick it up and I play, and I often have an idea, or think I have an idea of what I'm going to play, and what often happens is I start playing something that I've fucking nailed when I'm at home, you know, warming up, thinking, yeah, this is what I'll do this week. And I come in here and I press record and I start playing it, and it's a bit shit. It's just not working, you know, because my mind's in a different place. I've said before, once the red lights are on, all bets are off, you know. So, and I'd really enjoyed playing this at home all over the weekend, but I came in and I played for about an hour. This is what I was saying. I played for about an hour. And really what I've used this week is what I considered okay, really. Some of it sounded all right. But, you know, it's what I managed to salvage from this week's playing. So I didn't have a good time recording that this week. I thought it was a bit meh, you know. And funnily enough, now, and listening to it back now, there's a bit where I'm trying to coax some sustain out of it. This bit. It's not really having it, is it? It's not singing. It's not singing. So did that contribute to my crapness this week? I don't know. But I wasn't inspired by this guitar then, when I was playing then. So I just thought I'd say that, really, because there's no point in me going, oh yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's great value and all that. For me, it was all right. I've played a lot a lot of Les Pauls lately. Obviously, just a couple of weeks ago, I did the big gun shootout with all those pricey ones. And I felt after that, I mean, even actually then, I thought what I played then was a pile of old shit, to be honest with you. It was what happens is I end up playing this staple bluesy dirge. That's what I think. Because it's the easiest way to demonstrate what a guitar sounds like, because you don't really have to think too much about it. You can do those 3 chords in whatever key you choose, in whatever groove you choose, and play around with the pickups. So I suppose that's what I say. I'm trying to demonstrate the guitar, not my playing ability. But it does depress me a little bit that my playing ability is not on a higher level when I'm trying to do this, and that's just a thing, really. And every now and then, a guitar really does bring out that song in me. Last week, the cheapest shit Squire Telecaster, I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I think that came across in my playing. So what I'm saying is, this week, might be me, might be the guitar, but I'm on the fence. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm on the fence about this. I mean, in terms of how good it is an instrument, that's what I'm saying, how good it is as an instrument. And I suppose I should say that would be, in the context of recent Les Pauls that I've played. Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it? Recent Les Pauls that I've played just a couple of weeks ago, a lot more expensive, better quality parts, and I think it was obvious that they were better than this. Sorry, Epiphone lovers. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't leap out as a quality instrument. There's a certain I don't want this to come across the wrong way, because I've been banging about how these things are too expensive, and how one thing I will say about this is it's not too expensive, but it feels a bit cheap. There's a few things about this that make it feel a little bit cheap. Knob damage. Then I mean, all right, that could have just happened in shipping, but I don't think that's going to be the case with this, because they're all a bit wonky. They still all are a bit wonky, and that one in particular, I had to move and it's damaged it, and you can see that. I'll take a close up. You can see how it's cracked the plastic at the top there. So I'm afraid now to touch it. Should I pull it off and try and fix it, or should I just leave it as it is? I don't know. But there's that. Things like the switch feel a bit cheap. That's an Epiphone switch. It's not a Switchcraft. The rough, said rough hewn edge. They say this is a vintage no bevel pick guard. It's pretty rough. There's nothing wrong with the fit and finish beyond that, but just those kind of, oh yeah, and the pickup, obviously, I mean, I know that does happen with soap bar pickups on whatever, but I've had to try and improvise to get it a better fit. I've improved it. It's slightly on the piss the other way now. Can you see that? So, I mean, it's just my overall impression. So, this is what I'm here to do, to kind of share these things with you, because it's content, I suppose. Not for the sake of it. I'm just saying this because this is how I feel about this guitar. I got this hugely enthusiastic about getting this guitar, and having sort of spent a little bit of time with it over the last few days filming this, I'm on the fence a little bit about it. I'm to the point where I'm going, well, shall I just flip it? Shall I even keep it? Shall I flip it? I don't know. I might flip it, because I don't think it'll get played a great deal at the moment. I've sold a load of the other Les Pauls, but I've still got a couple of crackers, you know. So will I keep this? I don't know at the moment. What else? The colour. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, it's Marmite. Some of you will love it. Some of you will hate it. I'm like, again, I'm on the fence. When I first got it, I thought, well, that would look really good if it was an oxblood red, wouldn't it? So I was like straight away thinking, well, it's not quite what, you know, it's not perfect. I was going to say, you know, you can see why they only made 3, can't you? In 55, obviously. I don't know if it's a limited edition now. I've got a feeling they might have made 1,000. As usual, old Joe Bonamassa had a limited number on his website, some with his name inscribed on the fingerboard. I don't know why I'm doing that, because it's not on this one, is it? So I think it probably is a limited edition. I think in the long run, if it is, these might well be collectible, because most of his guitars, most of the guitars in this price range are or have become collectible. And just to prove what I was saying about the expensive ones, the last one, the 63 SG, the 1,500 quid one, it's not collectible. In fact, you can buy that new now for £1,000, I think. You know, they can't sell them because it was too expensive. So they've done the right thing with this. Absolutely bang on. Bringing the price down to, you know, under $900, 799 English pounds. Nothing wrong with the price, no complaints. I think it's brilliant. I think I'd like to say officially, thank you, Joe Bonamassa, because I'm absolutely certain that you put pressure on Epiphone to do that, because you know, you're not daft, and you saw what happened to the last one. And this is the price, and you even mentioned it in the launch video, that, you know, this is the price that the kids can afford. So well done for that. It's a sensible thing to do. You know, you have to look at the comments on the social media posts that Instagram, on the social media posts that Epiphone do on Instagram, etc., to see what I'm talking about. It's great fun reading those posts, because every time Epiphone launch an expensive guitar, there's hundreds of people saying just negative comments about how it's too expensive, and you know, half a dozen that go, oh, it's brilliant. You've got a Gibson headstock and Gibson pickups. If you want a Gibson headstock and Gibson pickups, that's fine. Go and buy Gibson. Don't ruin what is good about Epiphone, which is making guitars that the kids can afford, and that I can afford to review without moaning too much about the price, such as this one. It's a good price. It's a nice guitar for that money. It's a nice guitar. It's no more than that, though, I don't think. It's no more than that for my money, for my 799 English pounds, which is a little bit disappointing, because you'd expect it to, you know, go, oh, fuck, I love that. I'm going to keep that. I don't think I'm going to. So my Reverb shop link is in the description. I might decide to list it straight away, because they're scarce in the UK at the moment. So, well, they're sold out everywhere. So if you want one of these, have a quick look and buy it. I'll be cheeky. If I do, I might not, okay? But if I do, I'll list it at full retail price. I'll still have to pay Reverb commission, so I'll still take a loss on it. But if I do list it, it'll be there, as long as it hasn't sold. So there you go. Look at my Reverb shop. Is it there? Isn't it there? And I'll let you know next week, or in the future, what I did decide to do. What else? Well, yeah, sorry I can't be more glowing about this. I'm just this is all stream of consciousness stuff, you know. This is just coming out. This is just what I feel now this morning, while I wrap this film up, having, you know, spent a few days with this and a disappointing day trying to play it. let's not forget, you get this lovely Nerdville case, Joe Bonamassa, Nerdville. It's a nice case. It's a nice case. It's got a nice plush lining, and you get COA, which is really cool. Authentic original. That's very cool. And a bag of stickers. But you don't get a tool. So if you want to adjust the truss rod, you're buggered. So let's summarise. What have I learned? This is a great Les Paul for 799 English pounds. What I've learned, and this is over a period of years now of reviewing Les Pauls and guitars in general, but Les Pauls, is I've kind of learnt to tell the difference, the nuances between the cheaper ones and the more expensive ones. If you look back over several years of my reviews, back 2 or 3 years of some of those reviews, and I daren't do it, to be honest with you, because I'm sure I say some daft things, you know, uneducated really, not educated in, you know, in the nuances. Yeah, I like that word. And I've kind of come to be able to tell the difference now a little bit more, the differences. And I've always said, well, you know, what I'm talking about is I used to say, oh, you know, this is there's not that much difference between this cheaper guitar and that more expensive guitar. And there isn't that much difference, but it depends what, you know, how much, you know, what you're talking about there. And I can now feel those nuances a little bit more than I used to. So that's why I said that this feels like a cheap guitar. It feels like a £500 Epiphone. Okay, that's what this is, and it's got obviously an upcharge because of what it is, because of its, you know, what it stands for, and it's a unique colour. So yeah, cool. I mean, the price is great, £799, bang on. But it's a £500 guitar, and it's nothing more than that. And it's great for that reason alone. It's great. I'm not criticising it. I think it's great. I think it sounds great. But you do start thinking, oh well, maybe better pickups would be a good idea. These pickups normally, the Epiphone P90 Pros, they're in all the specials. They're great. I don't know if they're working so well with the maple cap. The controls all work well enough. That's fine, but it's not on the. That's what it is, yeah. Which does beg the question: are those more expensive versions any better? It's an interesting one, isn't it? So that's a subject for another day. For today, I'm literally just going to wrap it up now because I've gone on far too long and saying, I can't criticise this because it was the right price for what it is. And it's a great little guitar for what it is. If you fancy 55, 56 Les Paul on a budget, this is one of the options. And I'm sure there are lots of others by lots of other brands, and they're probably cheaper than this, but they won't be in this colour. And they won't have a Joe Bonamassa case. And they won't hold their value as much as this one will. This is one Epiphone that will hold its value, I reckon, because it was the right price to start with. So well done, Epiphone. Well done, Joe. If you're getting one, enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm done now. I'm done talking. I'll be back next week. And it will be same time next week because I messed up the time of the clocks going forward. They haven't gone, or forward, back. Yeah, back. See, I've messed it up again. The clocks haven't changed in the UK. Not this week, not next week. It's the 27th that happens. So watch out for that. I'll see you next week, Hope. All right. Cheers for now. Ta-da. That's enough of that, I think, isn't it?